Born in Miletus, a Greek colony along the western Anatolian coast in what is today Turkey around 626 BC. Thales was of mixed parentage. His father Eusebius was of Greek descent, while his mother, Cleobule, was of Phoenician blood, her family hailing from the city of Tyre in present-day Lebanon. Through his mother, Thales descended from Cadmus, a prince of Tyre who flourished in 2000 BC and founded the city of Thebes in the Greek province of Boeotia. But by Thales' time, his maternal line had long since fallen from the royal throne and were now minor nobility. But this wealth did allow the young boy to be well educated for his time, studying under both Greeks and Phoenician masters, finding the sciences in particular greatly appealed to his sensibilities. As a young man, Thales ventured to his ancestral homeland of Tyre, where he spent several years before returning to Miletus, where, with the help of his family's backing, became involved in state affairs. How long he spent as a public servant isn't known, but it was several decades at most. In this time he married, but the name of his wife has been lost to time, but together the two had a son, Cybissus, and when Thales' sister passed away unexpectedly, he adopted her son as his own. In his middle age, Thales turned from politics to philosophy, a lifelong passion of his up to this point, and what we would recognize as the natural sciences. Coming to study the stars and the motions of the sun, being able to predict eclipses with surprisingly accuracy. A common misconception of Thales today is that he was a materialist and atheist who denied the existence of any However, this is false, as he taught, as per the record of Callimachus of Alexandria, that all beings were endowed with an immortal soul which survived death. His atheism is a mischaracterization of his belief water was the building block of the universe, and thus there was no need for a god or gods. While Thales indeed believed water was the foundational element of creation, he believed in the Greek gods, as he donated several goblets to the Oracle of Delphi, dedicating them to Apollo, the god of prophecy, the arts, and music. Something atheist philosophers and scientists of the time did not do. In fact, they spurned it as foolishness. Thales wrote 2 books in his lifetime, one on the equinox, and another on the solstice, explaining how each occurred due to natural laws laid down during the creation of the earth. He explained the movements of the sun, its magnitude, and how stars and the planets operated. Unfortunately, neither of these works survive today, but they influenced future generations of scientists and philosophers, helping lay the groundwork of Western thought. Thales credited his work to the gods, stating they were the most ancient of all things, and their creation was the most beautiful of all things. His work an attempt to understand how they designed it. He believed the gods, even if it took until a person's passing into the other world, would punish the wrongdoer. Nothing escaped their notice, from the greatest crime to the smallest of offenses. As he grew older, Thales came to be regarded by the people of Miletus as a venerable elder. They consulted him on many philosophical and scientific questions, he always finding the time for them. Thales passed away at the age of 90 in 536 BC while attending a sporting event, appearing to have died from what we would call heat stroke today. Subsequent generations of philosophers and scientists, both those of Greek extraction and those influenced by Hellenistic culture, have recognized their intellectual debt to him, including Socrates, Aristotle, and many Islamic philosophers such as Ibn Sina and Ibn Rushd. Without Thales, a man who owed his thought to both East and West, it is highly likely the modern West as we know it would never have existed.